Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Svaha Idam Vishnavedam Namah. Om Svaha Idam Vishnavedam Namah. Om Svaha Idam Narinaidam Namah. Om Svaha Idam Anantaidam Namah. Hari Om. Aim Gurave Namah. Svaha Idam Guruvaidam Namah. Om 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Svaha Idam Guruvaidam Namah. Om Gurave Namah. Svaha Idam Guruvaidam Namah. Om Gurave Namah. Svaha Idam Guruvaidam Namah. Om Kling Gurai 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 Namah. Svaha Idam Guruvaidam Namah. Paridadika Charya Sattva Sishimad Divine Grace Chaitanya Goswami Bhai Nyabadi Parishad Chadistra. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, I welcome all of you to the beginning of our seminar on the Kali Santarana Upanishad. So, to start off this auspicious gathering, we have begun our first meeting with this Homa, in which we have invited the Lord in the form of Vaishnava Agni to preside over the seminar. So now that he is here, this is another deity form, but as fire. And so it is appropriate that we all offer praise to the Lord by chanting Vedic mantras. Now maybe some of you are worried. Oh, I don't know any Vedic mantras. But our seminar is to introduce us to the Kali Santarana Upanishad, which is most certainly a Vedic mantra. So, this is how we will begin, by offering praise to the Lord in the form of fire, by chanting the Kali Santarana Upanishad. Now all of you should have copies of this Upanishad. It is only 11 shlokas, only 11 mantras. So what we'll do tonight and also tomorrow, because you're probably not familiar with the Kali Santarana Upanishad, except for the Hare Krishna mantra, of course, which is in the middle of this Upanishad. So we'll do like this. I will chant the verse first, so you can just get an idea of how it should sound. I'm not claiming that I chant this in any particular bona fide Vedic way. This is just my way of chanting it. So then you can follow along. So I'll chant it first, and then we'll chant it together, each of the 11 mantras. So starting with mantra 1. Hari Om. Hari. Well, let me chant it first. and then the whole mantra, and then we'll chant together. Hari Om Tva Parante Narada Brahmanam Jagama Katam Bhagavan Gampayatan Kalim Santarayamiti. Now together. Hari Om Tva Parante Narada Brahmanam Jagama Katam Bhagavan Gampayatan Kalim Santarayamiti. So text 2, me first. Sahovacha Brahma Sadhu Prishtosmi Savashruti Rahasyam Gopyam Tatsvinu Yena Kali Samsaram Tarishyasi. All together. Sahovacha Brahma Sadhu Prishtosmi Savashruti Rahasyam Gopyam Tatsvinu Yena Kali Samsaram Tarishyasi. Text 3. Myself first. Bhagavata Adi Purushasya Narayanasya Namochadana Matrena Nirhuta Kalir Bhavati. Now all together. Bhagavata Adi Purushasya Narayanasya Namochadana Matrena Nirhuta Kalir Bhavati. Text 4, myself first. Narada Punar Prapacha Tannama Kimiti. All together. Narada Punar Prapacha Tannama Kimiti. Text 6, myself first. Sahovacha Hiranyagarbha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All together. Sahovacha Hiranyagarbha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Text 6, myself first. Iti Shodashakam Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nataparattaropayo Savavideshu Drishyati. All together. Iti Shodashakam Nam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nataparattaropayo Savavideshu Drishyati. Text 7, myself. Iti Shorishakalasya Devasya Varabhinashnam Tata Prakashati Pura Brahma Mega Paira Virasmi Mandali. All together. Iti Shorishakalasya Devasya Varabhinashnam Tata Prakashati Pura Brahma Mega Paira Virasmi Mandali. Text number 8, myself. Punar Narada Prapracha Bhagavan Kosya Vidhirati. All together. Punar Narada Prapracha Bhagavan Kosya Vidhirati. Text 9, myself. Tam hovacha nasya vidhirati sarvada suchira suchirva patam brahmana salokatam samipatam sarupatam sayujatam eti. All together. Tam hovacha nasya vidhirati sarvada suchira suchirva patam brahmana salokatam samipatam sarupatam sayujatam eti. Text 10, myself. Yadasya Sorishikasya Sardhachiko Tirjapati Tata Brahmahatyam Charati Virahatyam Smarnastyat Putto Bhavati Pittadeva Manushanama Pakarat Putto Bhavati. All together. Yadasya Sorishikasya Sardhachiko Tirjapati Tata Brahmahatyam Charati Virahatyam Smarnastyat Putto Bhavati Pittadeva Manushanama Pakarat Putto Bhavati. And the last verse, myself first. Sarva Dharma Prityaga Papat Sadhya Suchitama Puyat Sadhya Muchate Iti Upanishad. All together. Sarva Dharma Prityaga Papat Sadhya Suchitama Puyat Sadhya Muchate Iti Upanishad. Yes. Iti Upanishad means thus the Upanishad. That was the Upanishad. So I'm going to transfer myself over there now. Hari Krishna Nam Hari Bole Hari Krishna Nam Hari Bole Monopran Kandena Monopran Kandena. Somebody play cartels, please. Monopran Kandena Monopran Kandena Kina Janikum Aparade Kakina Janikum Aparade Hari Krishna Nam Guru Nam Hare Krishna Nam Bolo Keno Hare Krishna Nam Hari Bole Keno Hare Krishna Nam Hari Bole Hare Krishna. So, to introduce the seminar, we have sung this nice bhajan by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur called Keno Hare Krishna Nam, which means, oh, why while chanting Hare Krishna? Keno Hare Krishna Nam Hari Bole Mano Pran Khande Na. Oh, why does my heart not weep from chanting the holy names Hare Krishna? Pakina Jani Kon Aparadhe Muke Hare Krishna Nam Bolo Na. The bird of my heart does not know what past sinful activities it has committed to cause this inability to chant Hare Krishna properly. Banir Pakire Dhari Raklam Hridoy Mandire Madhu Makha E Horinam Pakire Shikhaile Shikhe. O forest bird, I have kept something for you very carefully within the cottage of my heart. The holy name of Lord Hari, which is overflowing with pure sweet honey. O bird, you could learn the chanting of this name if you were taught. Banir Pakire, we've read that. Pakisakal nam bolte paro, Keno Hari Krishna nam bolona, Keno Hari Krishna nam Hari bole mano pran kandena. A bird is easily able to speak all names. Why then does this bird of my heart refuse to chant Hare Krishna? Or why does my heart not weep from chanting the holy names Hare Krishna? Chalo paki ruper deshe jai, dre deshete maner manush, asa jauya nai. O bird, come, let us go to the spiritual world, the land of true and everlasting beauty. is the place where the imaginary man of my mind will never again come and go on the revolving cycle of birth and death. Pakire tor marana kalete, tradabi vasir dolate, ore char janete kande kore, loya jabe shmashan gatite. O bird, at the time of death, your body will simply be placed upon a funeral stretcher, lifted on the shoulders of 4 persons and carried to the cremation grounds. Ore otor muke aguna jive tule. Ki kori bitai bolona. Alas, the cremation fire will then enter your mouth and totally consume your tongue. There will be nothing you can do to save yourself, for at that time it is too late. You will be unable to speak anymore. So, this particular bhajan is a very nice beginning to our seminar, because not only is it about the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but there is a clear reference to the Upanishads. Our seminar is on Kali Santarana Upanishad, which is presenting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by singing in this way, Pakina Jani Kon Aparadi, that the bird of my heart does not know what aparad it has committed, that it is not able to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra properly. So this example using Paki, or bird, is from the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, also in Srimad Bhagavatam, that example is given, that the body is like a tree, and within this tree there is a bird who stands for the soul, and next to him there is another bird who is the Paramatma. So the bird who is the soul is busy in this tree pecking at the different fruits. Some fruits are sweet and some fruits are bitter. So, as we see in Bhagavad Gita, in this life we have before us opportunities of sense engagement, sense experience, and these are sometimes sukh, sweet or nice, and sometimes they are dukh, they are miserable. So everyone has this in their life. Some portion of our life experience is happy, another portion is unhappy. So similarly, the fruits in the tree, some are sweet and some are bitter. So that bird, representing the soul, is busy hopping about branch to branch, picking the different fruits. He's thinking, here's a nice fruit. I wonder if it will be sweet or sour, sweet or bitter. Let's see. Peck. Oh, it's sweet. Let me peck more. Then when he's finished with that, he goes to another fruit. Let's see what this will be like. Oh, sour. I don't like this. So because he's totally absorbed in this business of gratifying his senses, he has forgotten about the Lord, the witness bird, the Shakshi. Krishna is dwelling within the heart, as he says in 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, as Anumanta and Upadrashta. Upadrashta Anumanta cha. So the overseer, he's seeing everything, witnessing everything that the jiva desires, and the permitter. Many times we have desires which we cannot fulfill because circumstances arranged by the Lord do not permit it. So in this way, the Lord is observing us, and as long as we continue to ignore Him, then we have to undergo repeated birth and death. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given this very nice description of how the two birds are flying from tree to tree. So we are moving from tree to tree, life to life. As long as we continue to be interested in this business of pecking the fruits of the trees. But on the day when we can give this up and turn our attention fully to the Lord, who is witnessing and permitting our activities, and who is there with us in the heart because He loves us, then on that day we So the means in this age, because in every age, every yuga, there is a Dharma, a method given in the Vedas by which that relationship with the Lord in the heart may be revived. So, Kriteyadhyatam Vishnum, in the Krita or Satya Yuga, the process was to meditate, dhyana, upon Supersoul. In the next stage, yajna, performing grand sacrifices. These were sponsored by the kings and they were carried out by great brahmanas. We have no such kings and no such brahmanas now. So, although we still do yajna, as I just did, that is simply a devotional gesture for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. It is not this type of scientific Vedic yajna, which would actually, that was actually the technology of the Vedic age. The technology of the Vedic age was yajna. So where's Padmasambhava? You should find this interesting. You're always asking me about brain technology. So, Vedic technology was sacrifice. This technology was a means of inviting, by offerings, the higher controllers, the demigods, to be involved in the kingdom or the empire that was sponsoring those yajnas. You see, in this way the benedictions of the demigods would be poured upon that civilization. And so in this way everything was sustained by the grace of the devatas. So that type of technology, and I use this word technology because I asked Srila Prabhupada in in Chicago, 1975, because I was on the library party. I'd been getting questions from professors. They would sometimes ask about the technology of the Vedas, so I thought, let me ask Prabhupada about this. Srila Prabhupada, could you say something about Vedic technology? And almost before the words had come from my mouth, Prabhupada, he just dove right in. He just said, Vedic technology means Sri Guru Parampara. In other words, not speculation. So this is Vedic technology. Everything revealed by Sri Guru Parampara. It is Avaroha Panta. It is descending. Vedic civilization depended on the mercy of the Lord and his amsas, the devatas. So this Dharma of sacrifice in the Treta Yuga, this was the technology, this was the science of the Vedic age. And everything was sustained by that, not by now you have this modern Asura technology. It is the technology of the Asuras. It means that there is no consideration of the higher controllers, of the forces of nature, the laws of nature. Simply, like a thief, one is trying to steal from nature and utilize for the lowest purposes of humankind. The other feature of this Vedic technology is that it is exalted. It is in the mode of goodness. It can only prosper in the mode of goodness. The people of that civilization using Vedic technology are obliged to be in the mode of goodness. Otherwise, the Lord and his representatives, the demigods, become displeased and they'll no longer cooperate. So now people are in the modes of passion and ignorance, and they have this Asuric technology, which is, yes, very much against the laws of nature. And now people more and more are complaining about this, but they have no alternative at the same time. Therefore, actually, this green movement, green movement is very big here in New Zealand. But in the world at large, the green movement has been taken over by the corporations. They're running the green movement now because it's in their interests. They want to continue selling their oil and all these products, their machines. So they want to be able to say, yes, this is all, won't pollute, and we've done this very, very carefully to make sure that there won't be a disturbance to the natural order of things. Yes, there is no alternative, you see. People don't know. They've lost touch with the Vedic technology. Then in the Dwapara Yuga, the Dharma for reviving our relationship with the Lord in the heart was deity worship. We have deity worship now, but that deity worship in those times was much more opulent, much more demanding, much more austere. That is why you see in India many temples are built on the tops of high hills, because just to go to see the deity, you have to walk up 300 steps. You have to be serious. And in those days, because those worshipping the deities were very, very sincere in their worship, then it was very common. It was practically the normal thing for the deity to speak with his devotees. That was very prominent in the Dwapara Yuga. But of course now a very rare thing. Now if someone thinks that Ganesh is drinking milk that's offered, it goes all over the world. Miracle! But in Dwapara Yuga this was quite normal. So in the Kali age, because of the disqualifications of the human beings, then these other methods, they're no longer very functional, very practicable. So, but the wonderful thing is that the Dharma that, so to speak, remains is actually the method, the essential method of worshipping the Lord that is eternally manifest in the spiritual world. And that is the glorification of Krishna by his holy name. There's a beautiful poem written by Sri Bivalamangala Thakur in which he's describing so many different devotees in the spiritual world. Not only in Vrindavan, but also in Ayodhya and in Vaikuntha. And they're all glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the names Govinda, Madhava and Damodar. In his poem, he keeps reciting these three holy names again and again. Govinda, Madhava, Damodar. Not that these are the only names that are used in the spiritual world, but he has a particular affection for these names, so he keeps repeating them. So he's describing how the gopis, when they're churning butter, doing their household duties, they're always chanting the names of the Lord. This is the essential expression of their love for Krishna. So kirtan is going on in the spiritual world, constantly, eternally. The spiritual sky is resounding with the glories of Krishna. So in Kali Yuga, all other processes become non-functional, dysfunctional in this age. But that remains.